Hey guys, welcome to Rationality, Reason, and Reality. I'm Supernova. You'll find in the box below a link to a list of 10 questions every atheist should answer. This isn't an original list. This has been posed in many different forms over time, and the one question I'm going to engage with in this video has been posed to me countless times. I hear it from almost every Christian, and it's so strange because it's such a poor question. Now, I'm not going to answer every question because there are atheists who have answered these questions. They're not hard. They're not knockdown questions. Atheists, in fact, love to show off how easy they are to answer. And plenty of atheists have. So I would defer you to Steve Shives or Messianic Manic or any of the many people have answered these questions. The one I'm going to engage with is logically fallacious, and that's what I do on this channel, discuss logic and reason. And so I thought that one in particular is the most important for me to discuss. And that is the second question: what happens when we die? Now, I could answer it with the sarcastically obvious: I'll have a funeral attended by my friends and family, and I'll have an open or closed casket depending on the circumstances of my death, and I'll be buried in rot. And of course, a Christian doesn't want to hear that. They already know that. That's common experience. They know what happens to physical bodies. So they shouldn't have used the ambiguous word we. They should have asked what happens to our eternal souls when we die, which is what they're really after. And of course, they know that we don't believe in an eternal soul. So the answer would be something, again, sarcastically obvious, like it will continue in non-existence as it has been up to now. There's no reason that my death would change that. But because they already know that answer, why are they asking? If they already know what the answer is, no matter which ambiguous we answer. And that is because it's kind of a trick question. It's a gotcha question. It is what we call a loaded question. I've already discussed this in one of my videos on the specific fallacy, but it's like asking somebody what they think Santa Claus does in the spring months. If they try to actually engage the question and come up with an answer, they're accepting the premise that they believe in Santa Claus. Or they can reject the question and be sarcastic. I think he does what he does for the rest of the year, which is nothing because he doesn't exist. You can't answer that type of question. You can't engage it in the way that the person asking you wants to, because all they're hoping for is that you'll slip up and in the ambiguity of the question you'll say something that suggests that you actually believe in an eternal soul, whereas an atheist probably does not. So why is this such a poor question? I mean, even if they already know the answer, it's just a setup, isn't it? I mean, they're going to follow it up with telling you what they believe happens to an eternal soul after they die. But even so, it's useless. I just told you what I believe happens to an eternal soul. Nothing, because it doesn't exist. I even said it with confidence, like I knew the answer. Maybe even a little condescension. And if you disagreed with that answer, you probably didn't think, wow, he disagrees with me. I guess maybe I was wrong. I should rethink my own answer to that question. No, of course you didn't. That's not human nature. And that is the exact same type of reaction that I'm going to have when you state your belief. I'm not going to suddenly be filled with doubt and think, wow, he's so sure about his answer. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm going to approach it the exact same way that you approached my statement of belief. Unless you add evidence, unless you actually make a reasoned argument, you're just spouting your opinion, and nobody really cares. So it's a poor question, not just because it's logically fallacious and because the person asking the question already knows the answer, but because it doesn't even have the intended use of being useful for a follow-up that might convince somebody, persuade them to what you believe. But anyway, that's just how I feel about it. Feel free to comment below if you disagree or even if you agree. And I will catch you in the next video. Peace.